Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today's video is another installment of my 2024 makeup collection and declutter series. We are almost done. This is the second to last video of the series for the year. The grand finale is upon us. The eyeshadow palette one is upon us. I know that's a fan favorite, mine as well. That's always like the funnest part of makeup. I mean, blush is pretty darn fun too, but eyeshadow is just where it is. I just love it so much. And we're in an eyeshadow realm with this video as well. This one is going to be attacking like my single shadows, my liquid shadows, my glitters, my like gel-based shadows, my loose shadows, stuff like that. This is gonna be probably another long one. It's a big part of my collection, but it definitely needs to be dwindled down. Before we get into the decluttering, I did of course film this look. It should already be up on my channel by the time this video goes up. It's part of a recent 3 looks, 3 palettes video. And as far as my accessories today go, I just have little Primark earrings, Amazon plugs, and a necklace from Suki Blade. So yeah, without further ado, let's just hop on in and do some decluttering. Okay friends, we're in the trenches. It's time for another declutter. This is gonna be attacking all of my single shadowy type products. So loose, liquids, gels, and my singles. Also a couple glitters. I don't have a lot of glitters, but a couple glitters in the mix as well. I'm very excited. I feel like this is gonna be a combination of, in some cases, I'm really gonna gut it, and then in some cases, I'm definitely gonna hoard stuff. Like my singles, I definitely don't use enough, and I need to get better about that. I need to figure out a way to get better at that. I just simply don't have time. I use palettes more than anything, but I'm gonna try. But certain things need to go, certain things that I just genuinely don't really pick up. Some things I'm forcing myself to pick up, but I'm not like actively going out of my way to reach for it. So we're gonna do it together. For this video, I am starting out with 465 things. It's gonna be insane. As a disclaimer, I'm absolutely not going to be swatching all 465 things. I think my hands would fall off. It would just turn into one big sparkle. It's not gonna happen. I'll swatch things based on vibes as I feel like it, but I'm not swatching every single thing. I am so sorry. But I'm very excited. It's gonna be super fun. I can't wait to condense this down. I have some things that I definitely wanna let go of, and it's time. And of course, just a couple housekeeping things. If I declutter your favorite like single shadow or glitter or liquid or anything of that nature, please don't get offended. We all have different preferences. I'm so glad it's your favorite. It's just not mine for whatever reason. Also, please don't ask me to send you anything. I feel very weird and icky giving used makeup to people I don't know. I give dibs to my close friends and family. I donate what I'm able to, and I dispose of the things that are just beyond their point of no return. And lastly, please don't feel pressured to declutter your collection if that's not what's right for you. It's just what's right for me. I like to do this little reset at the end of every year, and it's that time. It is the end of the year. So without further ado, let's hop in and start with my loose shadows. So I have 39 things here. I'm gonna be honest with you, we're decluttering all 39. I think these are so beautiful. Like I have a mixture of like really special sparkly Ensley Reign. I have really special reflective multicolored Unearthly. I have some really cool ones from like Dede Signature. I just never reach for these. Beyond the time that I first acquire these and I try them out just to test them out and see how pretty they are, I never think to reach for these. I am 1,000 times more likely to reach for a single shadow than I am a loose shadow. And that's saying a lot because I rarely reach for my single press shadows. I just don't reach for these. There was a time in my life when I loved loose pigments, and I'm just not that person anymore. It's just not my go-to thing to reach for. I'm just not realizing I don't have my wedding ring on. Me and Zane are fine. I worked in the salon today and I take my rings off when I work, and I didn't put it back. So it's fine, we're just not wearing rings today. But I'm just not that girl. I just don't really reach for these. I think they're really pretty. I just have so many various ones from various Ensley Reign collections. Dede Room ones, Unearthly came out with these ones in particular, like maybe 2 years ago. I think they are absolutely stunning. And when I actually do like go out of my way to force myself to wear one of these, I think they are stunning. It's just not something in my makeup routine that I feel like I need to keep in my collection. So I'd much rather pass these along to friends that will actually love and get use out of these. So let's move on to my glitters and flakies. I don't have very many of these. I have 10. I don't reach for glitter and flakies that often, but sometimes I do. And when I do, I really enjoy using them. My go-to is this Orglamix one. It's like all these different like little sparkles. I don't even think you can buy this anymore. I bought this a million years ago, but it's just like little holographic stars and moons and things. This is gonna be a very sparkly mess by the end of this. I used to have a million Orglamix glitters. This is the only one I still have. There was a time when I used to have like dozens and dozens and dozens of glitters. Who's been here that long for those old declutters? I also have these 4 from Apocalyptic Beauty, and I think they're very cool. This one's All Hallows Eve. It's like the most ultimate like Halloween-y one ever. There's little bats in it, obviously keeping that. These other 3 though, I hoard them every single year in hopes that I will use these 2 for spring and this one for winter. This is the Paranormal Cold Spot. It has like little snowflakes and stuff. And then this one is Bunnies in Bloom. It's got like a bunch of little like bunnies and flowers. And then this one is Day of the Triffids. It's like a bunch of flowers as well. I just never reach for these. They're very cute. I just never get the urge to pull them out. So I think I need to stop hoarding them. I'm going to declutter these 3. And the rest are flakies. I have these 4 from the Pastel Roses. They're all very cool, very reflective. Flakies are different than glitter in the sense that they're not glittery particles that can technically hurt you if they get in your eye and scratch you. These are more softer. They're really reflective and pretty, but they're not glittery. I don't know how to explain it. They're just flakies. So I have a bunch of different shades like Galaxia. This one's Vega. This one is Milky Way. And this one is Rigel. They're just really cool. I don't reach for these a lot, but I do think they're very special and very pretty. Same with this Diev Rune Flaky. You can kind of see a little bit more of the texture of the flakies in this one, but they're just really cool, really fun. This one's called Skeletons. I think it's really pretty, so I am going to keep these since I'm not keeping that many glitter products. So with my glitters and flakies, started with 10, decluttered 3, and now I have 7. Let's move on now to my gels and things. Moving on to my gel type eyeshadowy products. I have 22 things here, and this is another product that I don't use a ton of, but I do like to add it into my look sometimes to jazz it up a bit. And I think condensing this down to the ones I use the most and also making sure they're all still good, that's gonna help me feel motivated to use these again. Because I do like using these as like accents in the inner corner or the lower lash line. I've even like topped these on top of like winged liners for really cool, reflective, kind of sparkly vibes. I think these are cool, but I just need to figure out which ones I want. So some that I don't think I want are the Jelly Mutt shadows. These are stunning. These came in the like mixed metals collection from ColourPop. They're very cool, just different metallic like metal tones. Very, very fun. And then these 2 are from the Frosty the Snowman collection recently. I think these are so pretty. They are so just smooth and ultra reflective on the lids. But at the end of the day, I feel like even in the like mixed metal palette that these came with, it's not the exact same effect, but there are so many metal toned, rich shimmer shadows in that palette. I'm just not going out of my way to reach for these. Again, beyond just like the initial testing these out and thinking they look beautiful, I don't reach for these. So I don't think I need to keep the jelly shadows. And I need to remember that for the future, that this is just simply not a product that my makeup taste gravitates towards. Even though they're beautiful and I love the way they apply, I love the way they look, it's just not something I think about. Now the rest of these are much more like sparkly, like they have really cool like chunky reflex, kind of like the flakies that I mentioned before, but with a gel base. You can technically put these all over the lids. I would just recommend a very light layer because they can stay sticky if you use too much, but I've used a light layer and they apply fine. Again, I love using these as like little accents, especially like these very light iridescent ones for the inner corner. I think they're so cool. These ones are more so just a matter of seeing what is still good. These can dry out over time. I've had it happen before. And yes, you can mix things like Duraline or glycerin in them to help revive them. I just feel like for me, I don't reach for these actively enough that I need to keep the ones that have dried out and try to force them to be alive again when I already don't use them enough in the first place. I feel like it's probably better for me to just figure out what's still actively good, and then I'll be motivated to reach for them again. 2 that I know are still good, I mean hopefully, are Twilight and Moonbeam from Jolie Beauty. These came out recently with the Spellbound collection. A lot of these have these protectors that I recommend you keep if you ever buy this type of product. I am going to swatch these just because I need to see what's still good. Look how beautiful. It's just like so reflective and magical. These are so fun. And this one is the shade Twilight. Like, are you kidding me? They're just so cool. It's like so hard to even show you because like every different direction the light hits it, they reflect a different way. It's just the coolest thing ever. Let's try this one Unearthly one next, MC12. This was the only one that survived last year's declutter because the other ones had unfortunately dried out. Let's see if this one is somehow still alive. Well, I can tell you right now it's not. No. I don't know if you can tell, but that is hard as a rock. So that one is beyond dead. Let's try these Gavissi ones. First being Moon Dazzle. Oh, I liked Moon Dazzle. This was a beautiful one. I officially needed a pair of tweezers to access this. Actually, is this so dried that I can't even open it? Oh my gosh, there we go. Oh, I can tell you right now that is dried out. That's unfortunate. That used to be a really pretty color. Let's try Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball is still lovely. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, look at all those reflex. That's so pretty. Ooh, what's this one? Asteroid. This is beautiful. Ooh, this one looks a little dry. That's a little dry, unfortunately. The rest are from Lethal Cosmetics. Let's do my 2 Avatar ones. Yui is probably fine because it's pretty new. They recently added more to the Avatar collection and this was the newest shade. This one I like because it's like different. It's more of like a finer glitter rather than like the thick flakes. But it's so cute. It looks like little confetti. It's so precious. This one is Sokka. This one was pretty. Hope it's still good. Oh yeah, that's very wet. That's still very wet. This only came out this year, so I would have been shocked if it wasn't. Oh, that looks so pretty. Just like beautiful, like blue, weird, shifty magic. It's so cool. This one is Infrared. These ones I want to say all came out last year and I've loved them. So I really hope they're all still alive. Yeah, Infrared is right there. That's very pretty. This one is Gamma. I'm so happy to report that so far so good with these lethal ones. These have so far seemed like the most long-lasting ones that I've ever tried. This one is Cosmic. Oh, I'm just so happy that these all seem to still be so beautiful. Look at that. Oh, that makes me thrilled. This one is X-Ray. She is stunning. Oh, so pretty. So, so pretty. Lovely like pinky seafoam shift. It's really cool. This one is Ultraviolet right there. Oh, so cute. Oh, I love. And last one is Wavelength. Wow, I'm very impressed that all of these lethal ones survived. That's really good to know. I mean, this one is kind of a conglomeration of a few different shades, but they're all alive and wet and jelly and so lovely. Well, that one I cut in half, started with 22, decluttered 11, and now I have 11, so that's great. Let's move on now to my liquid shadows. Moving on to my liquid shadows now, and I realized I did miscount my loose shadows in the beginning. I don't remember how many I said, but I started with 37 of those, so my actual grand total of everything was 463, unless I miscounted again, but bear with me. It's 460 something. Give or take a couple, but we're gonna go with 463. But with my liquids specifically, I have 28 here. Obviously you can tell I have a lot of love for my Menagerie ones. I think they are so pretty. And then I have a couple others that I don't necessarily care about as much. Like these Jolie Beauty ones are really pretty multi-chrome ones, but I just prefer liquid shadows that have more of a sparkle, gleam. Like these have a really pretty multi-chrome shift. But if I'm gonna use a liquid shadow, I want the glitz and the glimmer. So these ones are just like not ideal for me. I also feel like I can probably declutter this Liquid Fairy Lights from Pixie in Crystalline just because I have so many twinkly special ones. Also with the gels that I was just talking about. Like I feel like I have other shifty, sparkly things, and this one in particular, I'm not going out of my way to reach for. I do like this Bella Beauty Bar one though. This one is in the shade Love Bite Hollow. I'm gonna swatch these also for science just to make sure they're all still liquidy and yummy. Oh, although the stopper on this one broke, like it doesn't like disperse the product and like keep it out, like the stopper got stuck in the lid. Oh, I kind of don't want to keep this one now just because it's gonna be really messy to use. Oh, and now it doesn't want to close. This one, it literally won't close all the way, so it's gonna end up drying out. I think this one died. Before our eyes. These all should be fine. I feel like I used them a fair bit, but I just want to double check, and they're also so pretty. This is Amylite. Oh, that's so pretty. I love using these as like liquid shadows, like shadow toppers, but I've also been commissioned by the brand to do like lip swatch pictures for her where I'll use one of her lips, like liquid lipsticks, and then I'll top one of these on top. They're very cool to use in that way as well. This one's Salamander. This one I remember putting on top of a black lip for her, and it was very cool. She definitely advertises these to be, this is Scratching Post, to be more than just like a liquid shadow. She calls them Moonlit Metal Toppers. She doesn't even call them liquid shadows because really you could use them in a variety of ways. They're always so pretty and so special. This one is Pounce. And there are a couple like this one where it's not as like glittery, but I feel like it just still has a little bit more of like a soft iridescence than those Jolie Beauty ones have. This one is Lovebird. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. Venom is a newer one I acquired, and it's very cool. Again, this one's a little bit more of just like a color. It's not like sparkly, but it has a really cool kind of like green rusty shift. Adelie, such a pretty sparkly one. This one is Firefly, a really pretty reflective like blue seafoam. Monstera is a sparkly green one. I just love the sparkly ones. Like they're all pretty, but the ones that are like super glitzy like that are my favorites. I just think they're so cool. Hummingbird, one's still so pretty. This one is Solar Flare. Oh yeah, that's gorge. Oh, I think Dragonfly dried out. Oh no! We were doing so good. Oh well, I suppose they cannot all live forever. I think this was one of the first ones I ever tried. Blue Tang. Oh, gorgeous. Ibis. This one's a newer one. This like rich metallic red. Like if you like a red eyeshadow, you probably need this. Like I don't usually say stuff like that, like you need this product, but like red eyeshadow lovers would be obsessed with that. Willow. I think Willow is also a newer one in my collection. That's so pretty, just soft and pearly. Ooh, Pineapple Conure. This is definitely a newer one as well. It's like really reflective, kind of yellow pink. Atlas Moth, I really enjoy. The shifts on that are so cool. It's like a blue, rusty, purpley-ish. So pretty. Oh, I love Tetra. Tetra is such a good sparkly blue. It's so pretty. I'm so happy that only one of these has died so far. That makes me thrilled. Serpent. Oh, I love Serpent. I just acquired this one. And I love gorgeous snaky vibes. Queen Bee. This is like making me want to use all of these again. These are so pretty. And I do try to reach for these fairly often, like just as like little accents. I've used these as liners, stuff like that. Ooh, Glasswing is a great one. This like reflective, like sheer, but like pearly, and then like a bright green flash. It's so cool. Sea Dragon is also one of my top favorites because it's so sparkly and glitzy. Oh, it's so good. And last is Moondust. So gorgeous. I love. Well, that was great. I'm so glad only one of them died. So out of the liquid shadows, I started with 28, decluttered 6, and now I have 22. So just kind of revamped that a little bit. I need to clean all this sparkle off, and then we will get into my singles. This is gonna be a big one. Okay, moving on to the hefty part of the video, my pressed single shadows. Again, I'm gonna do some swatching, but I simply don't think I can swatch every single thing. I've actually done full-on swatch videos with a lot of these things. So if you wanna see like them in action, you might be able to find it if you just search like a specific brand, single shadow swatch party with my name on my channel, you might be able to see that. Because assuming I counted correctly, I have 366 things here. I am keeping most of these. I will start by saying that, but there are certain things that I'm like, if I were to do like, you know, build your own palette videos or just reach into these just for the sake of using singles, there are some that I just genuinely don't think I would miss if they were gone. Like things that I'm not like reaching for, maybe things that are just like older formulas that just don't hold up as well anymore compared to some of the other things that I have, because I have some really beautiful formulas here in front of me. So I think I can let some things go. But we're just gonna take it brand by brand, I suppose. Let me just start with these 4 ColourPop Super Shock shadows. I have 3 from the Pokemon collection, and then I have Ritz Super Shock Shadow, which is an ultimate favorite. For some reason, I can just never let this go. I am gonna let the Pokemon ones go. They are pretty. They have a really nice reflect to them. They're very nice. I just never think about these, so I'd rather give them to a friend who will appreciate them more. Ritz, however, is just, oh, it's just so pretty. It just looks like a beautiful, like, wet topper. Like, I don't know. It just makes every shadow look magical. Like, I feel like if I have, like, kind of a boring look, I can just throw this on top and it makes everything look better. So this is a keep. I'll probably honestly just store this with my glitters. Literally do not know where to go from here. There are so many things. I guess we could dive into this tiny Give Me Glow one. It's just in like an old ColourPop palette, but I have these Give Me Glow shadows. They're very, very cool. This is Electric Unicorn. This one's Party Monster. This one's Dragon Scales, and this is Glass Slipper. Just look how beautiful they are. Like so shifty and reflective and just honestly awe-inspiring. They are so, so cool. I also really enjoy these Fantasy Cosmetica ones. I'm gonna use my little tool so I can tell you what they're all called. Some of these are from the Lost Library collection, and then some of these are from the Cradled in Ice collection. So we have Aya, Grimoire, Book, and Codex. Aya, Grimoire, Book, and Codex. So pretty. The like hollow shifts that go through some of these are so unreal. Tomb, Boreas, Frederick. Tomb, Boreas, Frederick. So lovely. And then Nami, Song, and Scroll. Ooh, Nami, Song, Scroll. Like just absolutely enchanting. Such a beautiful formula. I love Fantasy Cosmetica. I have this fun little palette from Gavissi. I'm not gonna swatch every single one of these because we would just be here all day, but like they're just so pretty. Just gonna swatch a couple. Bellini, Hypnotic, Lavish, and Maui. So, so pretty. Bellini, Hypnotic, Lavish, and Maui. Very rich, very, very pretty. I don't know if they even make these singles anymore. Gavissi usually makes like cake liners. That's their main thing, but they did branch out into singles, I want to say last year, maybe even the year before. And I feel like nobody talks about them, unfortunately, because they are really, really pretty. I should use them more. I should use all of these more. I really need to figure out a way. I really should use all of these more. And by the way, I have more. They just weren't all gonna fit on the screen at one time. Lots and lots and lots of things. Let's do these Clionadh multi-chromes. I got these little clear plastic palettes off of Amazon, and honestly, I love them. Like I kind of want to transition to only having all these clear palettes because I can see everything. Let's see, we got Alloy, Archway, Ascension, and Baroque. Alloy, Archway, Ascension, Baroque. Oh, Clionadh shadows are just like on another level, truly. Cerise, Coronation, Court Jester, and Days. Cerise, Coronation, Court Jester, and Days. Electron, Estate, Exothermic, and Flagstone. Electron, Estate, Electrothermic, and Flagstone. Ooh, look at them. This hand is gonna be so shiny. I'm gonna have shadow climbing all up my arm by the end of this. Incandescence, Masonry, Niello, and Radiance. Incandescence, Masonry, Niello, Radiance. Oh, they're so good. And honestly, the last three are my favorite. Royal Pear, Tessera, and Tiara. They're just so good. Royal Pear, I'll put right there. Tessera and Tiara. Just so beautiful. I have these right here, like kind of these little rows that are also Clionadh, but they're duochromes, and I'll get to those. I have all these Dede Signature ones. They came out with these little multi-chromes that unfortunately are not magnetic, so I can't take them out of the pans and put them with my other Dede Signature ones, but they're so pretty. Like this one's number 4, this one's number 8. They're very beautiful, like true, just shifty, magical multi-chromes. They're so cool. And then I also have just like other special shades, like they came out with like hollows and metallics, I think during holiday season last year, if I'm not mistaken. Just so many pretty things. Honestly, these metallics like remind me why I didn't need to keep those ColourPop ones, because these metallics are just so pretty and sparkly. And I don't need the Jelly Mutt shadows to play with metallic shadows, you know? So yeah, I am gonna keep all of these. This one's really cool. It's like a rainbow. It's supposed to be a rainbow highlighter. It's not a highlighter on my skin tone, which is fine. It looks like that. It just gives you like that rainbow vibe. The blue is just too prominent on my face. It looks like too much of a cast, but if you're darker than me, it'll look stunning. But it is a very fun, funky eyeshadow. I don't really use it like that. I just kind of have it to have it, but I need to try to use it. So yeah, I am gonna keep these Dede Signature ones. I'm looking at this and I think I can part with these Unearthly ones that they came out with forever ago. Where is my tool? They're pretty. I just feel like they don't, I mean, they are gorgeous. Like I can't lie. They are really shiny and have a really nice like just glow to them. But these shadows in particular, I'm not really thinking about. I kind of forgot I had them. So I think I can take them, maybe. Not that one. I do have these iconic sugar pill ones. I have dwindled it down over the years, but I feel like I can't bear to part with them. I might be able to part with the shimmer ones because I feel like this shimmer formula, I don't even know what this is called because it's not written on the bottom. Some unknown purple one and then Sleepwalker. I mean, these used to be like iconic, but I feel like now compared to other shadows, it's just a little, it's a very subtle, almost a satin. I just don't feel like I'm ever going to reach for these particular ones. Let me reorganize those. I like them to be in a little bit of like a rainbow squiggle. I don't know why, it just like appeases my brain. I'll get back to this. Let's go back to some of these. I have quite a few Ensley Reign ones. You saw all the loose shadows they came out with their various collections. Well, they also come out with singles with their various collections all the time. Side note, this is the Lost Library little palette Fantasy Cosmetica did. I just have these extra 4 kind of stored in here for now. These are gorgeous. They are absolutely stunning. I imagine I'll keep all of these. I do need to maybe transition both of these into a palette like this so they'll fit better because this palette's just a little too small. This one can fit quite a bit more. I mean, not that many more, but a good amount more. Gloomy Glow, Mind Melt, Painting the Roses Red, and Sinister Slumber. Gloomy Glow, something, Painting the Roses Red, and Sinister Slumber. I just cannot memorize all of them. Look at this hollow silver though. Isn't that so pretty? How the holographic sparkle goes through it. And I love that vibrant red. It's so good. Cosmic Rain, Fairy Secrets, Fairy Wings. Cosmic Rain, Fairy Secrets, Fairy Wings. Lucid Fairy, Celestial Dreams, I think, and Lucid Dreams. Oh my gosh, I'm like forgetting all these names. Their shade names are kind of like long-winded, so it's hard for me to remember them all. It's like as soon as I check the shade names, I forget it immediately. Marigold, Moonshadow, Pink Lemonade. Marigold, Moonshadow, Pink Lemonade. So pretty. Suncatcher, Opaline Fairy, and Paradise. Suncatcher, Opaline Fairy, Paradise. Oh, those are so good. Curiouser, Dark Dreamer. Curiouser, Dark Dreamer. Right there, sloppiest swatch I've ever done in my life. Unbirthday, Unhinged Hatter. Unbirthday, Unhinged Hatter. These are so sparkly. Everything's sparkly. Like my entire being is sparkle right now. Ooh, Rainbow Starseed. This is another one that's technically like a colorful, like rainbowy highlighter. Let me put it here next to this one. Why not? But it gives kind of like a subtle like rainbow glow. This one's more iridescent though. It's very pretty. Full Moon, Lunar Halo, Lunar Lust. Full Moon, Lunar Halo, Lunar Lust. Lunar Rose, Energy Moon, Hibiscus. Lunar Rose, Energy Moon, Hibiscus. I love that shift on this one. It's so pretty. Monarch, Far Out, Flower Child. Monarch, Far Out, Flower Child. Flower Power, Groovy and Mellow. Flower Power, Groovy and Mellow. Ooh, that's so good. Shattered Wings, Whispering Willow, Divine Realm. Shattered Wings, Whispering Willow, Divine Realm. Love this like marbled toppery one. It's so pretty. Existential Bliss, Lucid Dreams, Orifim. I think there was already a Lucid Dreams one, but maybe I'm so wrong. These names are all getting so jumbled. I'm just fascinated with the amount of sparkle I'm putting on my body right now. Party in the UFO, Star Chaser, Snowdrop Fairy. Party in the UFO, Star Chaser, I think, and Snowdrop Fairy. Oh, I love this blue one. This is one of my favorite ones. It's so pretty. Arctic Whisper, Frosty Eclipse, Something Halo, Frozen Halo. These are so cute, very like wintry neutrals. Unfortunately, I can't bend my arm any farther. I put that in a bad spot. And finally, Icy Aura, Moonlit Freeze, Auric Frost. These are so cute. Look at that shine. So sparkly. I'm quite literally just one giant sparkle now. I have all these Oden's Eye ones. They recently came out with 12 mattes. These are the V lines, so these are numbers V1 through 12. I do have swatch party videos with both collections of Oden's Eye singles, so I don't want to make myself any more sparkly than I already am. So if you're interested in in-depth talks about these. There are 2 swatch party videos with the Oden's Eye singles. So again, these are V1 through 12 though. I just keep them in numerical order. And then with the other ones, these are the shimmer lines. So we have S1 through 18 and then 19 through 30. 2 different collections technically, but again, I have the swatch videos up on my channel if you need to see. So this is the S line, the shimmer formula 1 through 30. So pretty. I love these singles. And there's also the multi-chrome line. So this collection right here is 1 through 12. And then down here is 13 through 30. Again, 2 different launches, but those videos are up. If you want to see all these beautiful multi-chromes, these are so stunning. I love them so much. Okay, I had to wash the sparkle off on my hand before I continue on. Let's talk about these 2 palettes actually, because I think I'm going to declutter everything in these. Actually, I think everything except for a couple things. These are just old Glaminatrix singles, and I just feel like these are pretty, but not only has this brand in particular improved a lot formula-wise, I just have so many beautiful formulas that I've already discussed, and I'm excited to potentially play with again in the near future. So these are just not ones that I'm going to be reaching for. I just have so many other things I'd rather use, so I don't need these old Glaminatrix ones. This one and these 2 are Dia of Rune. I do want to keep these. They're newer and they're so pretty. I'll find a better home for these at some point, but these are so pretty. They're from the Frandoween collection. But everything else in here is old Glaminatrix. I have a couple old like Sydney Grace that I never use. I have really old Menagerie that I don't use. I have these unnamed multi-chromes. Actually, I want to say these are Queen Cosmetics. They came in like chunky heart packaging. And I mean, they're fine. They're pretty. I just feel like, I don't know, because the names aren't written on them and I'm going to forget about these. I'd already forgotten about them. I'll just give these ones to friends because they're new and pretty. But I don't really need these either. So yeah, all I have left are, starting here, going all the way up and down, are Terra Moons until we get to, I think right here is where the first Clionadh duochrome starts. And then the rest of these are Clionadh duochromes. These are Sugar Pill. These are Dia of Rune, and this is all Lethal Cosmetics. And I'm gonna be so honest, I'm pretty sure I swatched every single one of these last year, and I don't really feel like doing it again. This is just so much. This is overwhelming for even myself. I know I'm keeping these things that are in this palette, so I think I'm just gonna leave it that way. We're gonna leave it like that, and then these are Lethal Cosmetics. So I have a mixture of like mattes and subtler shimmers from old Build Your Own palette days. I have really pretty iridescents. I have really pretty hollows. Just so many lovely sparkly shades. These came from the, like, it wasn't like a rainbow collection, but they came out with like rainbow adjacent like singles, and they're just so pretty. These ones were like mixed metals. I love these, and I love seeing them all together in this palette. It's just so perfect. I love they all fit so perfectly. But yeah, I think this is kind of where I want to like end this. I feel like I've been overwhelmed by the amount of like sparkle and singles and shadows. So I'm sure you are too. I just simply can't swatch everything. I told you in the beginning, it's just not possible. So yeah, this is kind of where I'm gonna leave it. Okay, so out of my single shadows specifically, started with 366. I did end up decluttering 55, so now I have 311. That feels pretty good. Just to get out some of the old that I'm really not caring about, I can hone in on more of the special things that I do love and care about, and hopefully we'll get better about using. It's just tough. I test out palettes all the time. It doesn't leave as much room for other things, but I'm gonna try my best. Let me get you my grand totals now. Okay, well, this was pretty successful, I would say, actually. I started with 463 things, which I knew it wasn't gonna get condensed down by a ton because I did wanna keep a lot of my singles, most of my singles. I did end up decluttering 112 of those items, and then I'm left with 351. So, you know, I cut out a good, like, quarter of them. I feel like that's pretty great, especially just because some things were old and just not good anymore. Some I got rid of just because I don't really use them. And now I have a more clear understanding of what I have. So that's great. For those of you who are visual people, here's the picture of all 463 things that I started with. Here's the picture of the 112 things I ended up decluttering. And here are the 351 things that I finished with. So I hope you liked it. I tried my best to swatch what I could, but I knew I was not gonna be able to swatch everything. It's just not possible. But I hope you liked this. I feel very satisfied. Thanks so much for being here and for watching my video. I had a lot of fun. I was covered in sparkle. I actually filmed the declutter portion yesterday as I'm filming this like intro and outro, and I was covered in sparkle, but it was a lot of fun. It was fun to just kind of revisit different parts of my collection and things like that. And I am gonna try to make it a mission to play with my singles more. I'm gonna try to find a way to incorporate them more because I just love them. I love them so much and I don't want them to just sit there. I wanna use them and I wanna love them and play with them and have so much fun. I would love to hear your thoughts. Is this a category of makeup that you're super into? Do you have favorite brands, favorite formulas? I would love to hear your thoughts down below. If you made it to the end of this video, why don't you leave emojis that represent your favorite color? And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm BATTYBEAN there as well. And you can also subscribe. I'm posting most days over here. Also, if you wanna, you can hop over to my second channel. It'll be in my description box if you want additional content. And you're also welcome to join my channel memberships, also linked in my description box. There's a couple different tiers with a couple different perks, and I would love to have you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.